So now we have Megan Seeley, Associate Director
Yes.
of the Lake George Regional Chamber of Commerce and CVB. So I knew her when before now she's worked her way up. She's worked very hard.
Yes.
And she's done amazing things for the Chamber and the CVB.
Mm-hmm.
So tell us a little bit about what you do there.
So now I think there's a lot of, just with the evolution of my role, it really started on the CVB side, doing the marketing. As the CVB has grown, as the funding has grown through that, there was a lot of projects that were based on like advertising and design and things like that. But then with the departure of Amanda Metzger, I took on being the marketing director. And then as it's evolved, there's just some internal processes. There's a lot of new employees. So now I get to sort of balance both, which I love. The processes and like sort of learning what goes where has really developed as I've grown in my career. So I would say similarly, anyone in marketing, I always tell them like we are the operations managers more than we are the marketers. Because we know how to go in and look at any business and understand its processes and really help sort of fix those or find solutions or make them a little bit more seamless. That's kind of what marketers do. So it's just more that it's enhancing all the things that marketers do and just making it part of my title, luckily. Yeah.
Now, Katie told us a little bit a while ago about what stuff you've got coming up now. But what are some big picture kind of things that the chamber's trying to accomplish? Like, is it like growing the membership base or projects or things like that?
Yeah, I think from a strategic point of view, engagement, ambassadors, and really trying to go back to the roots of what we are as a chamber. Obviously, we have the foundation of the tourism and connecting visitors to members and members to visitors. So there's always those components. But I think as well, we are kind of the sounding board that has our tentacles out in the community. So really fostering those connections that we have, enhancing them, delegating a little bit more to some amazing members like you who are very engaged and are consistently part of the culture and the dynamic of our organization. So really even leaning into them to assist with some of our communications and those connections that we have. So big picture, I think it's really more about just simplifying and going back to sticking with what we're good at. We have I always say that our mixers are super special because they're intimate. When you go to other chambers, you're seeing a lot of lawyers and bankers in suits.
Only
in real estate.
For those things, and they stick together.
Yeah.
It's really hard to like get into a conversation when there's a bunch of guys.
Yes.
And so, you have had, what was the last one? Was that the Adirondack Thunder?
Yeah, so we had a family mixer. So usually a couple of times a year, we would do a family mixer or where you're bringing your partners or you're bringing your children or bringing your friends. And also just the casualness of it. We're doing a karaoke mixer. Yeah. We've done bingo mixers. So it's really just more about fun and people coming and engaging. Which is proven to be very successful. We've tripled our attendance in events over the last 2 years. And I think it's because people go for the experience of just having a good time and being able to connect, which is really what the world needs right now. And that's why our chamber, that's the path moving forward, is just keeping people connected. And bringing people to the table to have those conversations.
Now, very often when I'm talking about the Lake George Chamber to people, they'll say like, oh, well, that's just hospitality related. Now, it is not. So
No.
Can you speak a bit to that about how the chamber is also good for people that aren't in the hospitality industry?
Absolutely. So definitely, that is the underbelly of our market is tourism. So certainly we have a lot of things in place that support that. But however, Absolutely not. One third of our business is small business. So the area really is a family of family businesses. So that could be anything from, we call them solopreneurs, anything from, people who are doing business related services to people who are doing lawn care, to painters, to people that are more in that service industry that is not at all associated with hospitality. So it's really just a really beautiful combination of what we have in our membership. And then obviously we have all of the bigger industry leaders in healthcare and banking. So you're still getting, that whole big picture of those big leaders in our industry as well.
That's great. Thank you for talking on that, because
thank
that's
you.
something I'm always trying to get across to people.
Yeah.
That this chamber is for every business and organization
Absolutely.
in the area. And I joined this one first when I first came, and I said the first thing I did was go to Women in Business. Mm-hmm. And so a lot of my friends and my initial business connections came out of that. So it's been really good for me. Talk a little bit about the solopreneur, because you have just started offering great news for someone like me, a new membership level.
Yeah, so what we have noticed is there are several businesses, DBAs, small LLCs that are just one person. And they are the marketer, the owner, the operations manager, the accountant, and they don't have several employees working under them, or even 2 employees or 1 employee working under them. So the solopreneur is an opportunity for people to get their foot in the door in the chamber. It's very reasonably priced. My membership manager would be able to say the exact amount. But for those who still need that support, that still want to attend events, that still need that promotion that you get from chambers, but it's a lot more affordable, and it's something that we notice from our membership, obviously staying connected, sending out surveys, doing those phone calls. A lot of reasons that people either don't join or don't renew is because they're like, I don't know if that money is really worth, I don't really have a big marketing budget. I don't really have a big budget for that. It's maybe not worth it for me. So what we realized is that we don't want to lose that just because of that. Yeah. So we tried to make it a more affordable option for people who are a one-man show or one-woman show.
It's not a huge amount of money.
Yeah.
It's not a huge amount of money considering what you can get. But the important thing is you get out of it what you put into
Absolutely.
it. And I think a lot of people join a chamber and then just expect things to magically happen. But like one business that I work for got an inquiry yesterday, and it said, I saw you on the chamber website. Great. So there are ways that it can magically happen, because the chamber being on the business directory of the website is very valuable. But also you need to come to these events.
Yes.
You need to talk to the staff, and because they're very helpful and they'll tell people about you. The more they know about you, the more they can help you.
Absolutely.
Right?
Education.
Get you in the newsletter. Get in the newsletter.
Yes. And education goes both ways. So we have so many, I wouldn't say we're old school, but we are old school in a way, because so many people walk into the doors of our chamber, whether it's a visitor or a member, all day, every day. Our phones are always off the hook. And there's so much education of like, what can you do for me? We have members that have been members for 20 plus years that were like, oh, I can just send you this content for social and you'll post it. And we're like, yeah, of course, just send it to us. So there's always, the education is never ending in what we can do, how we can support. One of the other big benefits is we always have a really clean list of our full membership directory. And that's something that we just share. And we obviously ask that everyone uses prudently, but it's something that we are all about, our contact list, and trying to make sure that we're giving you the tools that you need in order to help your business grow, whether you're one person or whether you have 200 employees.
Right. And if you're a woman in business and you're a member, you can host, you can speak at these meetings. We're always looking for speaker ideas, content ideas. Share your knowledge with the group. Like we just had a great meeting now learning about elder care and how important it is to have those difficult conversations. Like that was just one topic. Like we've had amazing topics at these. And you as a member getting in front of everybody else and sharing your knowledge is a very valuable part of the membership.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're always looking for ideas.
Yes. Yes. And we are listening.
Yes, we are listening.
Constantly.
Join the chamber if you're
Yeah.
not a member. If you are a member, come to these meetings. Send your women. You
Yeah.
know, like it's all the women that are member or employees or staff can come to these meetings. It's a good asset.
Yeah, you can bring in, even if you aren't a member, you can come attend any mixer, any WIB meeting, any of our programming. You can certainly come and attend and check it out. We have several people who are like, I need to get a feel. And we constantly are saying, come on, well, we won't charge you. We just want you to come and experience it and see. And I've never had somebody come to an event and say, oh, well, this wasn't worth my time, or I'm not interested in joining.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's a good way to come meet other members and see if it's a good fit for you.
No, just, we have a full list of events that are coming up. LakeGeorgeChamber.com is where you can find all of our information. Hopefully I'm doing a good enough job updating everything. And also we're on all social channels. So check us out. And then if you want to come join, then our door is always open.